In a bustling city, where dreams mingled with desperation, lived a man named Oliver. On the surface, he was just like any other, trapped in a monotonous job, confined to a small apartment, and in a constant battle with the weights of expectation and disappointment. However, deep within him burned an ember of hope that he couldn't quite extinguish, even as life seemed relentless in its trials. Oliver had been married, once upon a time, to a loving woman named Sarah. Their days were filled with laughter, joy, and dreams of a future they would build together. They envisioned a family, a cozy home, and endless adventures filled with love. But as the years passed, the pressures of work and the grind of daily life began to suffocate their dreams. Oliver immersed himself in his job, seeking promotions that always eluded him, while Sarah's smile faded beneath the strain of unmet expectations. The chasm between them grew wider, and in his pursuit of a better life, Oliver lost track of what truly mattered. One fateful night, consumed by frustration and despair, they had a devastating argument. Words were thrown like daggers, and in the heat of the moment, Sarah walked out of their apartment, leaving behind a silence that screamed louder than any noise. Hours turned into days, and with each passing moment, the distance grew, and so did Oliver's regret. In the wake of losing Sarah, Oliver spiraled into a darkness that felt all-consuming. He lost his job soon after, unable to focus or find motivation. It wasn't long before he also lost the few friendships he had, as isolation wrapped around him like an old, familiar cloak. The walls of his apartment that once echoed with laughter now reverberated with silence. He was a stranger to himself, a ghost haunting the streets he once proudly walked. Every day felt like an uphill battle against an invisible enemy, and increasingly, he found solace only in the depths of despair. In the following months, Oliver tried to piece himself back together but found only fragments scattered across the landscape of his mind. Every flicker of hope felt overshadowed by memories of love lost, dreams abandoned, and a future that seemed bleak and uncertain. There were moments when he contemplated giving in to that darkness, the temptation of surrendering to despair whispering sweetly in his ear. Yet, deep down, another voice called, a quiet reminder of the man he once was, filled with passion and potential. One rainy afternoon, as he wandered aimlessly through the city, something compelled Oliver to enter a small, dim bookstore tucked away at the end of a narrow alley. The scent of aging paper and ink wrapped around him like a warm embrace. He wandered the aisles aimlessly until a particular book caught his eye, awakening the giant within. The cover spoke promises of change, of inspiration, and he clutched it tightly as he made his way to the counter. At home, he opened the book, and the words swept over him like a tidal wave, igniting something dormant within. With each page he turned, Oliver felt pieces of himself slowly coming back to life. The author encouraged readers to take charge of their lives, to dream big, and to rise above mediocrity. It was as if the universe had conspired to reignite that ember of hope within him. Drawing strength from the book, Oliver made a conscious decision. He would not be a victim of his circumstances any longer. He would reclaim his life. Determined, he started waking up earlier each day, spending his mornings meditating and setting intentions. He sought out new skills, enrolling in online courses that stirred his interests, and ventured into the world outside, even if just to breathe in the fresh air. As he committed to self-improvement, Oliver found a rhythm to his days. He joined a local support group for those healing from heartbreak and loss. It was there that he met others who, like him, were trying to rise from their ruins. They shared their stories of pain and resilience, each one echoing the truth that suffering can be a profound teacher. Their camaraderie kindled a flame within him. For the first time in a long while, he felt connected, understood. Months passed, and Oliver's life began to blossom once more. He gained confidence that had long been buried beneath layers of regret. Each small victory, like learning to cook or completing a challenging exercise routine, fortified him further. As he reconstructed his identity piece by piece, he started to explore the realms of his passions. He picked up writing again and began crafting his story. However, a longing still lingered in his heart, a desire to reach out to Sarah, to mend the rift that had once torn them apart. Fear gnawed at him, for what if she had moved on? What if she no longer wanted him in her life? But one quiet morning, emboldened by all he had achieved, he resolved to set his pride aside. He penned her a heartfelt letter, recounting not just his regrets, but also the growth he had experienced. He poured himself onto the page, vulnerable yet hopeful. Days passed, feeling like an eternity. But one sunny afternoon, as he sat in the park with his journal, a familiar voice shattered the peaceful silence that wrapped around him. Oliver turned, and there she stood, Sarah. Time seemed to freeze as their eyes locked. She looked just as beautiful as he remembered, yet shadows flickered beneath her smile. "Hey," Sarah whispered, her voice a soft melody mingling with the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze, a hint of uncertainty lacing her words. "Hey," Oliver replied, his heart racing. They sat on the bench together, sharing stories of their lives since that night. Oliver spoke of his journey through darkness and back into the light, and Sarah shared her own struggles, her own reflections. As they spoke, a bridge began to form across the chasm that had separated them. The conversation flowed freely, a dance of laughter and shared tears, until the shadows of the past began to vanish, illuminated by the warmth of their reconnection. In that moment of vulnerability, they both realized that the essence of true love lies not in perfection, but in acceptance, accepting imperfections, flaws, and the challenging moments that mold us. They began a new journey, reclaiming what they thought was lost forever, but this time with a deeper understanding. With their bond rekindled, Oliver found renewed purpose. Together, they became active in their community, supporting others who struggled with heartbreak, isolation, and the heavy burdens of life. Their story of love and redemption became a guiding light for others, illuminating paths through darkness and nudging souls back towards hope and restoration. Years passed, and Oliver often reflected on his journey, the pain, the loss, and ultimately, the growth. He understood that every setback had been a stepping stone, a necessary part of his evolution. Through suffering, he discovered resilience, and from that resilience blossomed wisdom. He became a published author, sharing his story with the world, traveling to speak about the transformative power of love, hope, and self-discovery. The man who had once felt like a shell of his former self was now a beacon of hope and purpose, desperately willing to inspire others to embrace their journeys, no matter how convoluted they seemed. His tale reverberated far and wide, showing that while life may strip us of things we hold dearly, it can also gift us with opportunities for growth and understanding. Oliver's story reminds us that no matter how lost we feel, or how heavy the burdens we carry, we all possess the power to transform our lives. This journey of loss and reclamation teaches us invaluable lessons about resilience, the power of human connection, and the true essence of love. Oliver's life was a tapestry woven with threads of hardship, connection, and renewal, a testament to the strength that lies within every individual to rise above adversity and discover their purpose in life. In conclusion, let this story serve as a powerful reminder that life's trials are not merely obstacles to endure. They are opportunities for profound transformation. Embrace each setback as a stepping stone towards enlightenment, self-discovery, and growth. You possess within you the ability to navigate your own journey, gaining wisdom and strength through every experience. So, remember to hold on to hope, to connect with others, and to listen to the whispers of your heart, for therein lies your true purpose. We are all capable of changing our lives, and in turn, the world, if only we dare to begin.